Already this offseason, there have been several reports that San Francisco wants to bring Dre Greenlaw back for the foreseeable future. Without him, their defense looks completely different. And while a lot of these reports came without a name attached to them, saying just a 49ers insider, someone within the organization wants this to happen, now Nick Bosa is saying the quiet part out loud. In a recent interview with NBC Sports, he said the following: "Greenlaw is going to do what's best for him, and he should do that at this point in his career. Obviously, we want him back. I know Saleh is very adamant about that." If you recall, Saleh had a direct hand in selecting Greenlaw out of Arkansas in the 5th round. And in another year, he picked up Fred Warner, and his defense really requires linebackers like these two. They both can fill holes left behind by an aggressive defensive line that's trying to get upfield in a hurry, and they can both cover man-to-man if necessary. This is extremely important for Saleh because on the first 2 downs, he's usually running some type of zone coverage, usually maybe cover 4 and then cover 6 on the subsequent down, and often on 3rd down, he'll either run an exotic zone coverage, have man coverage somewhere, bringing a blitz, really challenging the opposing team to figure out what his defense is doing. This requires linebackers that can do everything at a pretty high level. And it does appear San Francisco should be able to bring back Greenlaw relatively cheaply because he tore his Achilles and missed the most of last season. According to a recent article, it's projected that he signs a 1-year contract with San Francisco for $6 million. But there is an outside chance another linebacker needy team looks at Greenlaw, sees the 34 snaps he played last year, and that's good enough for them, and they want to give him a massive contract to retain him long term, maybe a 3-year contract that's worth a boatload of money that San Francisco can't match while extending a player like Brock Purdy. In that case, they may try to go after another free agent like Nick Bolton from the Kansas City Chiefs or Bobby Wagner from the Washington Commanders. I'd also imagine Robert Saleh has the freedom to look anywhere within the draft and decide that's his guy if he's not able to retain Dre Greenlaw long term. It does appear San Francisco and this entire team, including Jed York, is heavily bought into Robert Saleh's vision. So in my opinion, regardless if San Francisco brings back Dre Greenlaw or not, and I think they will, I think that Robert Saleh is going to have the freedom to get any linebacker he wants basically. It's necessary for his defense to be effective at a high level, and I really think San Francisco is going to try to make a Super Bowl push this year. And based off the linebackers he drafted, even if they do bring back Dre Greenlaw, I would love them to pick up a later linebacker and develop him like they did Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw under Saleh. Outside of this report that Saleh is adamant to retain Dre Greenlaw, Bosa also revealed that he kinda understood Kyle Shanahan was going to go after him heavily. I know Kyle, I talked to him before I left, and he was excited to pursue him. I highlight this point because I think it gives more credence to the report that Robert Saleh is adamant in retaining Dre Greenlaw. Already this offseason, Bosa knew that they were probably going to get Robert Saleh if he was available, and now he's giving insight into possibly getting Dre Greenlaw. But ultimately, these are just my thoughts on Nick Bosa stating how Robert Saleh is adamant in retaining Dre Greenlaw, and I want to hear your thoughts down below. Would you like to see San Francisco bring him back, or do you think he'll be too expensive and he'll walk this offseason?